I got the minions. Oh shit, the show is on already. Ninjani. Le Pizipion. Trying to get the fan up and running up in here. Up in here. Hey, watch here, son. Hey, don't be making noise for me, eh? Just relax. Oteng, oreteng, laruna reteng. Hey, Lerado. I saw Mashia Masha here. Jaden, I see that you just joined. We're still continuing where we left it off yesterday. There's somebody who promised to send me airtime and they didn't send it to me. Lawyer was it? If you in here already, do yourself justice. When you casting a spell on a person doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go to the gobela. Happy New Year to Melo. Refilwe. Just getting my stuff up and running here. It's a bit too high. It's better. So we're still on the chakras. The reason why I'm starting up with the chakras before I can speak about the astral traveling, before I can speak about you going to the etheric field, speaking to your ancestors, it's because before you can do that, you need to deal with yourself first, to the vessel. You are the temple of God. And you need to seek the balance before everything can be started. And the fan is also part of the life. Can you believe it? Hold on a minute. While people are getting in here, make yourself comfortable. Get your coffee, get your tea, get your wine, get whatever that you're getting so that we can, we're going to be spending around about like an hour and a half, I mean. Because yesterday, it just went on like that. While I'm fixing up my stuff, get your stuff ready. And if you're new here, do the right thing. Follow the brother, just like what Takalani has done. Welcome. Fen, come on. We spoke about this. So, who was here with us last night? Did you guys get the books that I sent in the WhatsApp group? Cliff, Mashia Mashe, Takalani, Valencia, Refilwe, and all the rest of 9 people that are in here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is our second day speaking about energy work. I spoke extensively yesterday about the chakras, and I'm going to start where I finished it off at. I'm going to be doing a little bit of summarizing so that the people that were not here last night can be able to be at the same wavelength with us. Please remember that whatever that I'm talking about, it's nothing new. All that I'm talking about here is just trying to remind you of whatever that you already know. So there's no need to be believing me or to be following me. Please don't follow me, no way. You got the books? Then I mean, go do the reading there. Lebocha. you're starting it with a splash. Kilabilo minahani, really, really indeed. The reason why I keep this thing fun, even though I know that the journey can be very daunting, it's because what the Bible says. The Bible says for you to inherit the kingdom of God, you have to become like a child again. So while you're doing the healing, while you're doing the spiritual journey, while you're doing the forgiving, whatever, become like a child so that you can be able to inherit the kingdom of God. By the way, the ego, your self-importance, will not want you to become like a child because it has that inflation. You always think that you have to be right all the time, people have to be wrong, your God has to be strong, your ancestors have to be powerful. That is nothing but bullshit. All of us are going towards the same thing. All of us are going towards the same thing. So now this idea or this conversation of saying your God is better or somebody's God is better or your English is better or somebody's English is bad or whatever and whatever and whatever, that is nothing but cocomelonish. What you need to focus on is how do you maintain the balance inside of yourself. We're going to be talking a little bit about neuroscience today, the left-hand brain and the right-hand brain. If, in case you don't know, you are both masculine and feminine. You are the yin and the yang. You are the electro and magnetic. You are the light and you are the darkness. You are God and you are also ignorance, which is called the devil. The ignorance or the devil that it's spoken about, it's not necessarily somebody that is waiting for you with a red fork after you die. No. The devil is the ignorance. The devil is your lower nature. The devil, it's the ego. Even the Bible says that my people perish because of the lack of knowledge. So now what we're doing here on this platform, we are exchanging the energy. We're exchanging the information. We're expanding our consciousness because energy follows awareness. You have the energy already in you. The question is, what is it doing? Where is it going? That's why I figured out, starting up this series of energy work, I'm starting with the chakras so that I can build up the scaffolding. We spoke yesterday about the colors of the chakras. We spoke about how to awaken the kundalini because it has something to do with that. So let me just get myself together. Way too excited. Lebogang, kilabilo binahane. Yo. Yeah, man. Tandaza, how are you, Tanda? Matebs, thank you very much for sharing up the live. And if you're here for the first time and you're wondering what is it that I'm ranting up about, on this platform we speak about healing. You missed it yesterday. I'll try to keep you up to speed. You know, I'm not that bad. We got the whole week to speak about the chakras. It's only on Thursday and Friday where the script is gonna change. We're gonna be speaking about magic. We're gonna be speaking about the law of attraction. We're gonna be speaking about astral traveling. We're gonna be speaking about how do you get in contact with your true self. How do you open up your pineal gland? Pineal gland, by the way, it's your masculine power. Pituitary gland, it's your feminine power. So now, if your life is a bit messed up, particularly given your upbringing, if your mom used to fuck you up or your father used to mess you up, you need to go back and forgive them so that the energy can be able to traverse smoothly. There's been a lot of people that have tried or attempted to awaken the kundalini without doing the shadow work, and that has been very detrimental. Because remember, the kundalini energy that is lying inside of you, it's the same energy that beats your heart. It's the energy that pumps your blood. It's the energy that takes care of you. It's the energy that maintains the homeostasis. It's the energy that controls your circadian rhythm. Homeostasis, it's your state of balance. You know that symbol of yin and a yang? Where's my Winnie the Pooh book? This symbol right here. The yin and the yang. The feminine and the masculine. Your left-hand brain and your right-hand brain. Your conscious brain and your subconscious brain. Your sympathetic system and your parasympathetic system. Your objective self and your subjective self. You have both in you. Nature has endowed us with the brain that has two hemispheres, your right-hand brain and your left-hand brain. So now we need to know those things before we can traverse and grow and have that alchemical wedding where you open up your first eye, or what we call the third eye. All the shit happens in your head. You don't necessarily even have to leave your couch. You don't necessarily even have to leave your house. All that you have to do is to go deep inside of yourself, in your subconscious reservoirs, those dark places that you saw that you'll never touch. That's why I say to people, go to your pain. Don't run away from your pain. Touch it. Heal that wound. Heal that wound. Because before you know it, you know the saying that goes, hurt people hurt people. You don't necessarily hurt people because they actually aggravating you. You're hurting people because you're hurting. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So now when you love people, it's because you love yourself. When you forgive people, it's because you've forgiven yourself. 95% of the work has to be done on you, by you. That was an intro. What a bang. I wish I have them, Flower. They're recording. It's just that I think it's my hesitancy. I've not actually been putting them up on YouTube as such. I have the recordings, I think, for the last 90 days. And what I normally say to people, if you need a copy, DM me so that we can talk. Because with me, there's always this issue with the data and all the shit, And by the way, speaking of that, there's somebody who promised to send me airtime yesterday and they didn't. Get all lawyer. Welcome to each and every single person that is here. For your guys' audience. And I've prepared some notes here. I also have some few books that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. Unfortunately, some of the books I don't have the yeah, I like that because we're going to be speaking about it on Thursday as to how we can be able to stop from the spiritual attacks. Because whether you know it or you don't, somebody is looking at eating from your energy. That's why you need to be conscious as to where or how do you spend your energy. When you're getting angry, you're spending energy. When you're getting frustrated, you're spending energy. When you are loving, you're spending energy. The Hermetic law that says there's a cause and an effect, or the correspondence, it means that whatever that you do to other people gets done back to you. So now when you love other people, you're loving yourself. Why do you think you're on TikTok sharing up this information? It's because I know that if I'm giving you the information, shit man, I'm getting the information too. How selfish is that? Refile, Flower, it's a man. Ish. Send that ID. What's going to that ID? Sandy, just getting some few things out of the way quickly, getting in a space as well for me to be comfortable and for me to be relaxed. Huh? Vosi! Thank you very much. Thank you. Dumelang kalapeng. No, you didn't. I've just been ranting around. You know me. So this week we're going to be dedicating it to the energy work. It has something to do with the Kundalini. It has something to do with an aspect of magic. It has something to do with an aspect of opening up your first eye. It has something to do with astral traveling. It has something to do with self-hypnosis. But we're just laying up the background. We're laying up the foundation. I want to show you guys that you have something that is so powerful. It's just that because of the unconsciousness, it's laying dormant. However, I need to pass some few disclaimers. The Kundalini energy that is lying in you, it's so powerful. When I was reading earlier on in the day, they say it's around about like 900 degrees Fahrenheit. That is the solar power. The energy that the sun gives you, you have the same energy in you. It's just that it has been laying dormant. Your Kundalini in a form of cerebral spinal fluid is coursing through your body every single waking state. The fact that you're not aware of it, you are being deprived or you're depriving yourself. That is why there's an axiom that goes on like this. Man, know thyself. Man, know thyself. Man, know thyself. Vusi, join us on Thursday. It's going to be a party on Thursday. It's going to be a party. I have a couple of books that I'm going to be sharing. One of them is Cyclomancy by Rudolf Young. This guy gives you tactics and techniques as to how you can be able to do the astral traveling. Remember, when you do the astral traveling, you don't get out of your body. You know, I know they call it an out-of-body experience. All that it means is you getting out of your conscious mind into your unconscious mind. You getting out of your aware mind into your unaware mind. You getting out of your day-to-day five senses mind. You tapping into what they call the sixth sense. So now the whole thing about the astral traveling, people think when you astral travel, something actually goes outside of yourself. No, you're going into the deeper realms of yourself. Your heart. But now, your heart cannot give you good stuff if you haven't poured in good stuff. Remember, your heart acts like a USB. It stores all your traumas. It stores all your pains. It stores all your heartbreaks. It stores all those things that are undesirable in as much as it stores things that are desirable. So now your job is to go into your heart, put in some good stuff in it. Love that heart. Love yourself. Appreciate yourself. Forgive yourself. Pump in some love in it. Unconditional love. The fourth chakra. How do you like that? Dumelang, hey Malisele, been a minute. Welcome. Nombuso, we're still here. Andy, can I request to ask a question? Like, in what way you mean? You want to be jumping on a platform? Yo, Gyahana. This is my limelight. I've not been on now for the longest amount of time. You know? So I just want to have a little bit of fun. You know, Vusi, let's do this. Get hold of me on the side so that we can set the day, because this week I'm dedicating it pretty much to the energy work. I have a lot of things to share. I wouldn't mind actually having people on, because I'm thinking actually of bringing back what I used to do last year. Last year we used to have Wednesday sessions. So if I get enough people that want to be hopping onto the platform to share their experiences or to ask the questions, if I get enough people, obviously, that can be able to do that, please get hold of me so that we can be able to arrange that. I would gladly love people to come on the platform. Because, I mean, there's this thing, how does theory anymore? That's why I normally say to people, you don't necessarily have to believe me. You don't necessarily have to follow me. You don't necessarily have to take my word for it. You have to do the studying yourself. That's why we have the WhatsApp group. But besides that, the best book that you have to read is yourself. Unfortunately, when you start to read yourself, you're going to meet a lot of problems. You're going to meet a lot of monsters. You're going to meet a lot of issues that are going to frighten you. Remember, your unconscious or your subconscious has been storing all those memories. You might think that you have forgotten about what happened to you when you were 2 years old, but your body still remembers. You might think that you've gotten away or you've done away with that traumatic experience by shifting it under the rug. Your body still remembers. That's why I'm saying the first way on how to do the energy work or for you to be enlightened is to heal, which is what this platform is all about. Is to forgive yourself. Is to go to your brain and say, brain, I know that you developed a coping mechanism when I was going through molestation, or I know that you developed a coping mechanism when I was going through a tough time, but I'm old now. I cannot afford to act like a 7-year-old anymore. Unfortunately, there are some of the people that are 52 years or 55 years old, but they're still acting like a 2-year-old. It's because their brain is caught up in the loop. That is why I think last year I spent almost like a month speaking about neuroscience, the study of the brain. How does the brain protect you? How does your brain work? How is it that you can be able to go back and rewrite those programs? Because remember, your brain operates just like a computer. Just like the smartphone that you're watching me through, your brain works exactly like that. The reason why you think you're shy, you told yourself you're shy. The reason why you can't find somebody that loves you, you once told yourself that you're not lovable. The reason why you cannot be able to amass financial wealth, at some point you told yourself that you're not worthy of money, which is what the fuck I'm working on, man. And you'll find that, particularly when it comes to finances, it has something to do with your father. When you're struggling up with finances, it has something to do with your masculine energy. We're going to be talking about that today. Nombuso, Kyaleboa, for the sharing. Vose, please do that, man. Get hold of me so that we can be able to see what we can do. So, I have to warn you guys. Today, it's going to be very extemporaneous. I'm going to be touching few things. They might look as if like they're not connected, but the people that have been following me on this platform, you know that everything is connected because everything is energy. Your thoughts, your emotions, your phone, your car, your clothes, your books, every single thing is energy. So there isn't this thing of saying that things are separate. Everything is connected. You'll understand this thing deeper when we're getting into it, when we're going to be talking about the symbolism. Because on this platform, we're speaking about metaphysical aspects. We are not really that much interested in 5 senses perceptible things. We're talking about the things that are not seen. We're talking about that thing that pumps your blood, that thing that beats your heart, that thing that makes your liver to be what it is, that thing that makes your brain to work, that thing that keeps you alive. We're speaking about that element of you that does not die. Let me get to my notes. Malisele, Kyaleboa, Nombuso, I see the share. Daves, I see that you've been liking up the page. And for the people that have been liking the page as well, Kilebilo Minahani, sometimes I might not be able to see when you're sending up a gift or when you're sending up a comment or when you're doing something that is worthy. If I don't mention it, don't take it to heart, hey? Because when I'm building up a certain thought pattern, sometimes I get a little bit distracted when I'm reading up the comments. If you wish that you want us to take the conversation a little bit further, or if you have something that is private, that is aching you, that you would like us to deal with, please DM me so that we can get a session. Because I do provide some one-on-ones, you know. But remember, you're not going to get healing from me. In as much as you're not going to get healing from TikTok, you're not going to get healing from the church, you're not going to get the healing from the guru, you're not going to get the healing from the gobela, you're not going to get the healing from the book, you're going to get the healing from yourself. But before you can be able to give yourself some goodies, you have to start forgiving yourself. Peeling that onion. Carl Gustav Jung calls it shadow work. There's a reason why a lot of people don't want to do it. It's painful. Healing is messy. Self-acceptance is not easy. Forgiving yourself, it's not easy. But the more and more you do it, you're going to get in the habit of it. You're going to be like, yeah, the shit is going well. Like, woo-hoo. You know, that's the whole point. 50% of the life goals have been completed. So if you're new here, follow the brother. Please be mindful. I'm not selling any form of belief. I'm not selling any form of spirituality. I'm out of stock of that. I don't believe in which God is better, which God is lesser, because all of us are gods. We are the co-creators of our reality. We just gathered here on this evening just to have fun, just to share some books, to share some ideas, to share some beautiful things. Because at some point, I think we need spaces like this where we can be able to self-introspect. Let me get to my notes. We're going straight at it. Yesterday we spoke about the chakras. We're still continuing with that. But this time I want to be starting up with a bit of a bang. By the way, there are different systems of chakras, like I sent it in a WhatsApp group. The fact that I'm not covering them up here, it's because of the time constraints. I'm only going to the notes that I've prepared so that it can be worth a while for the people that are here. If you need an in-depth information, if you're not in our WhatsApp group, shit, you're missing out. Hurry your ass to get yourself in a WhatsApp group. We're sharing books in there. We're sharing up ideas in there. We're sharing the so-called testimonies. I'm almost sounding like a pastor here, you know. So there are different types of ways or systems, but for now I'm going to be focusing on the 12th chakra system. A lot of us are aware or acquainted with the 7th chakra system. But tonight I'm going to be talking about the 12th chakra system. Please be mindful that the 7th chakra system came from the Sanskrit, from Hinduism. It's something that came from the Oriental teachings somewhere in India, like they say, you know. Hinduism obviously comes from there. The language that they use is Sanskrit. This is the people that gave us the likes of the astral projection. You will know that the practice of yoga was brought in the West by Patanjali back in the 19th century. The Western civilization were not that much aware of the internal ways of doing things. Remember, the Western civilization is focused on the left brain. That is why even when you go to the doctor heals the symptoms. But when you go to the East, they heal the cause. They heal what stresses you. Because remember, sickness, or if you have something that makes you sick, that is the end result. You start firstly getting sick from the inside. If you have chemical imbalance, if your endocrine system is not properly working, here's the endocrine system here. You see, I got a bit of a setup here. Eh? How you like it? I got the minions for you. Tutlecho, Kyaleboa, Nombuso, thank you very much. I just want to get the anatomy and physiology book quickly. Or let me get this one. Because that one there is going to fall. Where's that one? Me and my clumsiness. Where the heck are you? Oh, let me get this one. Akuleboneve mathatek shebane loan. Hey. Some days I don't want to be myself, eh? So, but shit, I love being myself. Get yourself a book that speaks about anatomy and physiology. Anatomy and physiology is your physical makeup. Remember, God has given us this instrument. God has given us this temple. God stays in this temple. You're not going to find God in a building. You're not going to find God in a building. You're not going to find your ancestors kondumbing. Your cells, your DNA, your amino acids, your genetical self, your genome, your chromosomes. You have every single thing that you can ever need. What you've been looking for, it's also been looking for you. But you know what the sad part? We go to the gurus. And you know what gurus do? They fuck you over. You know, the gurus, they fuck you over. I mean, like when you go to the Gobela as well, that's exactly what they train to do. When you go to the pastors, they train to do exactly that. You don't need an intermediary between you and your ancestors. You don't need an intermediary between you and God. It is said in Psalms 82, it is said in Isaiah 54, it is said in John 10:34. Isn't it written in your books or in your scriptures or in your laws that ye are gods? That's what I normally say to people. Don't believe me. Don't follow anybody. So long as you can read. So long as you can listen. Because I know a lot of people don't like reading, so they like the second-hand information. We don't like doing the work. We don't like introspecting ourselves. We don't like researching. We don't like doing the work. And as a result, you best believe me on that. So now let's speak a little bit about the endocrine system. I just want to show you something quickly. The endocrine system. By the way, each and every single chakra is connected to a certain part of your body. So I'm speaking about the endocrine system quickly so that I can show you that you have the control of everything. The endocrine system, by the way, it's your pharmacy. Endocrine system, it's your pharmacy. This is the system that controls your hormones. 128. Yeah. So now when I say your endocrine system, it's your pharmacy. When you are about to go to sleep, your body releases the chemical called melatonin. It's a natural drug, baby. When you wake up, your body releases a chemical called serotonin. We're using it right now. I'm awake like this because of the serotonin. I can be able to do all these things because of the serotonin. You're busy driving right now because of the serotonin. You're sitting there writing up the notes because of the serotonin. This is a chemical. But now there's a lot amount of chemicals that are coursing through our body. You got the ghrelin hormone. You know what's a ghrelin hormone? When you eat, say maybe when you're having up your supper, and you want to go for seconds. Bagolo kapo batswadi ba rona back in the days, they used to say, before you go for the second, wait 10 minutes or 20 minutes. You know what happens in your body? Within 10 or 15 minutes, I think that's a refractory period of the ghrelin hormone. Within 15 minutes, what your body records, it records the food that you just ate. Your body sends the ghrelin hormones within your body to say that I am now full. When you are hungry and your stomach is growling, that is the presence of the hormone called leptin. If you want to control the water content in your body, that is done by what is called the vasopressin. That is the hormone that controls your water content. When you're making love, having sex. Your body releases oxytocin. When you accomplish a task, like me right now, I normally do my TikToks from now on 6 o'clock in the evening. After I'm done with my 6 o'clock TikTok, my body would have released dopamine. Dopamine is a feel-good hormone. Can you believe it? For the last 5 minutes, I've been talking about the endocrine system. You have it. You don't necessarily have to go to clicks for you to buy the melatonin pills. You can manufacture the melatonin pill. Actually, right now, according to your circadian rhythm, your body internal clock, 30 minutes ago, your body just registered large amount of melatonin, getting you ready to sleep. Your melatonin peaks from 10 o'clock in the evening until 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning, your melatonin obviously hands it over to your serotonin so that you're getting ready to wake up. You got the things like endorphins. Endorphins, it's a hormone that is there. It's produced by your body to mask physical pain. They call it runner's high. For the people that run a lot, for the joggers, you get to a point where you're fucking tired and you're like, I'm not going to be going on anymore. Your body, because it listens, it secretes what it calls endorphins. By the way, endorphins, that's where the morphine has been taken from. The most dangerous drug. The morphine that you get from the hospitals, your body produces it. But hold a minute, there's something better as well. Your body produces DMT, dimethyltryptamine. This is what they call the spiritual molecule. Once you're done with your chakra work, once you've opened up your root chakra, which is red, your sacral chakra, which is orange, your solar plexus, which is yellow, your heart, which is green, your throat, your thyroid, which is blue, your pituitary, which is indigo, and your pineal gland, which is ultraviolet. Once you're done with that, your body would have been in balance and all these hormones will be at your disposal. But before you do the work, forget. You can rely on grandpa and all the shit. But once you've done with the work, you will know that you can heal yourself. There's a wonderful book by Louis Hay. I think it was released back in the 1960s. The name of the book is You Can Heal Yourself. I've also shared it in a WhatsApp group. If you're not in a WhatsApp group, hurry. Nombuso, Kyaleboa. Let me see. Lebogang for sharing the life. Toklejo, thank you very much for the gift and if you're here for the first time, like they do it in church, please stand up so that we can welcome you. How do you stand up? You follow the brother. And if you're wondering, who's this guy here? He's running up his mouth and he's waxing up his lyricals and he's talking too much. He doesn't even look like he's a professional. No, I'm not. I'm that guy who came to remind you that you're beautiful. You're great. You're beautiful. You're great. You are amazing. You don't need anything. You have to start exercising and practicing self-unconditional love. Fuck whoever that says that you're clumsy. Fuck whoever said that you're useless. It's time now to go back there and say, whoever that said I'm useless, whoever that said that I'm not significant, I'm going back there to get my power back. And you do that through healing. Until fall, is a bit by bit. Bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit. They call it neurogenesis according to neuroscience. They call it the science of neuroplasticity. You are rewiring your brain. Why is it that I can't have money? Probably I think I'm not worthy. So now how about if I come up with an affirmation to say, I'm worthy, 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 I'm worthy. Before you know it, your brain would have caught on. Please go study Dr. Caroline Leaf. The name of the lady is Dr. Caroline Leaf. She has a couple of books. She's a neuroscientist. She is from South Africa. It's just that she's got her critical acclaim, you know, she's been going around and stuff. But she has a couple of books that helps you on how to rewire your brain. You are your own neuroscientist. Don't give your power away. Don't wait for the 6 o'clock live on TikTok. Don't wait for TD Jakes to make you feel good. Because I mean, most of us, we could be lying to your ass. I mean, like for now, I think I've swapped the ghrelin and the leptin hormone. The ghrelin is the one that growls the tummy. The leptin is the one that tells you that you are full. Karabs, kyaleboa, kilabilo minahani kyaleboa. So now, that's a little bit about the endocrine system. Let me just show you, read some few things in your endocrine system. You got your gonads. Your gonads are your reproductive stuff, tools. You know, almost for guys, they have that one that goes on like this. And for the ladies, they have that one that is a bit concave. That is your gonads. You got your pancreas. You got your adrenal glands. You got your thymus. You got your thyroid. You got your pituitary. You got your pineal. Then you got your hypothalamus. We'll get to it. I don't even remember why is it that I was talking about the endocrine system, but hopefully you picked up something out of it. So we're speaking about the chakras. I'm quoting from, I'm going to be using up the 12 chakra system. I sent shit ton amount of books yesterday. What I'm talking about here, it's in those books. If you feel that I'm short-circuiting you or I'm short-changing you, go read. Why lillah? I got Polik. Got the well wishes, you know. Let me just get this one out of the way quickly. You have 7 main chakras in your body. One is just a little bit outside, which is your pineal, your masculine energy. Because your pituitary, it's your feminine energy, yin and the yang, electromagnetic, masculine and feminine. By the way, in case you're not aware, you both, male and female in one. Just hold on a moment. Just hold on for a minute. How do you guys like my setup? Or one of the books that you can get for yourself as well is this one. If you are interested in understanding yourself originally, not from the Western perspective. Because remember, a lot of us, or a lot of books that have been written, have not been written by us. Us as highly melanated beings, we don't get burnt by the sun. Us as highly melanated beings, we don't die. So don't be reading up the books that are not written by somebody that looks like you, because it's a bit problematic, particularly when it comes to this. The African calendar. The African calendar tells you that during December time, it's not time for us as Africans to be celebrating. During the December time, it's the most highest energy prevalent time. They call it the summer solstice. We are the people of the sun. We feed from the sun. We eat from the sun. We get the information from the sun. We learn the information from the sun. We get healed by the sun. That's why I laugh all the time when I see an African person using sun protection formula. Because when you're using the SPF, you're saying that you don't want to get the message from the sun. No wonder we're in this state of madness. It's Zulu Shaman Bababu Credo Mutwa. You can get it or take a lot. I think it's for like 350. You got it? And by the way, don't be shy to be investing in your knowledge, eh? What's how much you have? Oh shit. What's how much you have? Oh, like. Oh yeah. So this is the book that you can also get. It's I was about to ask, since you are the people, you stop using it. Remember, you have to be, when you read these books, that's what I normally say to people. I think I shared extensively in our last retreat, because there's a shit that we talk about in the retreats that sometimes I don't get to cover here. Yeah. Who's that? Me. Hey, Libisi Fandaha yo. Yo. Alan Kawata. Oh. But now, hold on. That's an hour. It's all one. So, oh yeah. So if you here for the first time, follow the brother. You can paste up your comments like people are doing. This platform, it's not meant to be taken seriously. If you're looking for some PhD master stuff, this is the wrong place. Because we know that Jesus said, for you to inherit the kingdom of God, you have to become like a child again. For you to be able to inherit the kingdom of God, you have to become like a child again. This journey of spirituality, a lot of us are taking it way, way too seriously. This journey of cleaning up the chakras, we take it way, way too seriously. You want to be diplomatic, you want to be having up the ties, you want to be handling it with a big English. Hey, Rona, we here, we playing here. So now if maybe perhaps you feel like we're ranting around, we're talking a lot, you know, we're not maintaining up a certain concept. If you want me to maintain a certain concept, book a session. I do provide one-on-one sessions. There's people here on the platform that have booked up a session with me and they haven't regretted it. And believe you me, it's not me who actually makes it better for them, it's them making it better for themselves. Because the healing, you're not going to find it in the church. By the way, these things, according to neuroscience, these things on your forehead, they are called the temples. These temples, these are temples. Your church is here. You are your own bishop. You are your own pope. You know. Speaking of pope, about this book yesterday, no, not yesterday, last year, just to show you that Hakim Hedin, you know, Daily Meditations by Pope John Paul. By the way, speaking about that, let me not digress. Here's another book that you need to get for yourself as well, so that you can be in alignment. I was saying that during December period, us as Africans, it's not the time for us to be celebrating, to be buying cakes, to be braaiing, to be drinking, to be partying. It's the time for us to get the most from the summer solstice period. The period of December, it's marked by Jehute. Jehute is also known as Thoth. Thoth is also known as Hermes. Hermes is the guy that gave us the 7 Hermetic principles. The 7 Hermetic principles came from Egypt, from Jehuti, the god of wisdom, the god of mathematics, the god of science, the god of magic, the god of healing, the god of divinity, the god of metaphysics, the god of every single thing that you call science came from Jehuti. So now, if you don't know these things, people are going to be lying to your ass and be saying Christmas is a time for us to be celebrating. How the fuck are you be celebrating the Christmas wearing up the Father Christmas clothes? It's fucking hot here. This is the South. The Christmas is celebrated there in the North. This is the South. Our Christmas as Africans, it's in September. That marks up the new season. That's why in September you see the trees blossoming. Blossoming, it's what your pineal gland does once it's awakened. That's why they call it 1,000-petal lotus. There's no Jesus that is coming, you know. And we're busy trying to also speak about heaven and hell as if like when you die, somebody will be waiting for you because you've been sleeping around and they're going to be burning you. Hell, it's your lower self. Anything from your heart going downwards, that's your hell. That's your ego. That's your lower self. If you want to go to heaven, you have to traverse and go a bit higher. Go through your heart, your throat, your pituitary, your pineal gland, and boom. Can you post the live set? No, time. Post. You know. You missed it. We missed you too, hey? So let's go to work. And then there was light. L. You know, L also means God. You know, it's a beautiful name. I like your name. Thank you very much for the follow. So I'm going to be quoting from the 12th chakra system. So now, remember, it's been a while. Finger 847. Been a minute, hey? Welcome back though. You haven't missed much. I only started coming on 2 days ago. You're catching us on the second day of energy work. We're talking about the chakras. A lot of people know about the 7 chakra system. I'm going to be talking about the 12th chakra system. I've sent the books about the chakras. Please do the reading. We're going to be talking about it pretty much the whole week. It's only on Thursday when I'm going to be talking about the astral realm. And on Friday, I want us to talk about magic. Yeah. By the way, magic is not something that's supposed to make you scared. Law of attraction is magic. What is magic? Taking something that is on the other side, bringing it to this side. Because law of attraction is like that. You sit in there, you be like, I have a car. And you know you don't have. I have a car. What do? You taking your conscious brain into the subconscious realm, your infinite intelligence, infinite consciousness, whereby there is no lack. Everything that you ever want is there. But now the infinite consciousness is not out there. It's in here. We'll talk about it on Friday. Chakra number 1. It's red in color. It's by your cervix. The first chakra, which they call the root chakra, it's connected to your genital stuff. There by your tools. That's where your first chakra is. If this chakra, it's not being properly attended to, a lot can go wrong. If you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, if you're suffering from sexual promiscuity, meaning giving out a lot of piece jobs, you know, it could be that your lower chakra, which is chakra number 1, which is in your body, red in color, it could be out of line. The second chakra It's connected to the abdomen. It's orange in color. It controls the feelings and your creativity. Right now, what I'm doing, I'm employing or deploying a certain amount of creativity. It would not have been possible if I did not get my stuff properly calibrated. This is the same thing that you use when you are engaged in a project and you miss time. They call it the state of flow, where you miss yourself. Like when you're driving, have you ever had an instance where you're driving to work and you get to the office, but you don't remember how did you get here? You don't even remember how many cars you passed. It's because you have alternated between the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious and the subconscious. They call it the state of flow. But it will be nice if you can be able to control that state. How do you do that? By controlling your second chakra. Your third chakra, it's the solar plexus. It's yellow in color. It's all about wisdom and power. Your third chakra, it's solar plexus. It's all about wisdom and power. By the way, if you have any issues on your lower body, say maybe your back pain, or you're having a little bit of liver issues, or you're having a lot of pancreas issues, or you're having some excessive dryness in your private parts, particularly when you're about to be intimate, if maybe perhaps you're having some sexual dysfunctionalities, if you're suffering from constipation, if you're suffering from something like your body ulcers and stuff, it could mean that your lower chakras needs to be worked on. I spoke about it yesterday as to how to do that. I'm going to be trying to get to it if I can get the chance. But in case I don't, please go refer to the books that I've shared. If you don't have those books, or if you're not in a WhatsApp group, DM me. And while you DMing me, send some data there. Flower, are you still here? I haven't seen the SMS yet. Putting your ass under pressure. The fourth chakra, it's the heart. Your heart. It's green in color. The meaning of this chakra is healing. Remember, your heart, it's like your USB. It stores all the memories in your life, good and bad. Your heart starts registering memories 3 days after your gestation. You heard what I said? Your heart starts recording memories 3 days after your gestation. Just after you get the zygote, your mom's egg meeting with your father's sperm, once they do that, 3 days later, your heart starts registering. When you do the healing, you don't necessarily do the healing of your previous relationship. You don't do your healing of 15 years ago. You do the healing since the day of your inception. But it's not only that. Remember, you got these things that they call chromosomes, also called genes, also called the DNA, also called the RNA, also called the amino acid, meaning everybody is in you. There's a study of epigenetics. Please go check it out. Epigenetics, EPI genetics. This is what this study says. You inherit 20 ancestral lineage that came before you. They call it karmic inheritance. So if your mother, or if your grandfather, or if your great-grandfather, or if your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather suffered some traumatic experience, when you do the healing, you have to inculcate that as well. So when you do the healing, you're doing what they call breaking generational curse. That's what it means. Why do you think healing, it's not easy? A lot of us are only healing ourselves on a symptoms basis. We have to consider healing ourselves from the causal basis. I'll be speaking about it on Thursday. When I'm speaking about the astral realm, I'm also going to be speaking about the causal realm. Because before you became physical, you were not physical. Before you became matter, you were antimatter. Before you became a particle, you were a wave. You know, they call this land that we're living in the matrix. The matrix, all that it means is, this is the illusion. This is the Maya. This does not exist. It's only 3%. 97%, it's unseen. Subconscious mind, baby. The darkness. Where's my Winnie the Pooh book? You see this yin and yang symbol? The black, it's your feminine energy. The white, it's your masculine energy. The black, it's your right hand brain. The white, it's your left hand brain. A lot of us are accustomed to the white. Nobody wants to go to the darkness. That's why a lot of people are running away from their pains. On this channel, we promote something which is very oxymoronish. Touch your pain. I know that your pastor told you that you need to give it to God. He will heal your pain. Who the fuck is God? Aren't you God? Isn't it written in your scriptures that ye are gods? So now when the pastor says that you must give it to God, they're probably saying that you should give it to yourselves. So now when you know that, you should be sitting down with yourself and be like, listen here, cities, you know what? This issue, Yanaya, how you're being shy, where does it come from? That's how shadow work looks like. Then you start redefining, you start rewriting the program, you start becoming your neuroscientist, you start becoming your computer programmer, and before you know it, your life starts changing. Who changed it? It's not something that is out there. Even God told you that the kingdom of God is within. Let's go ahead. Yan dinner when it comes to religion, because we're sitting in this perilous position because of religion. And I've been trying to poke holes at it. That's what I've been doing today about the religion. I've been trying to poke holes at it. I think I'll speak about this maybe next month. This is some of the books that you can get as well. The religious book, The Mysteries of the Bible, The Bible Through Ages. So the information that I share, I'm not just thumb-sucking it out of my mouth. Part of it is intuition, yes. Part of it's download. Part of it, it's my DNA speaking to me. But never discount reading. Because reading helps you to build up the scaffolding, the prototype, for you to be able to know where you're going with your life. Let's go. The fourth chakra, which is the heart, it's all about healing. The fifth chakra, it's by the throat. The color is blue. It's all about communication and guidance. By the way, this fifth chakra, it's regulated by what we call the thyroid. The thyroid, it's responsible for metabolism. What is metabolism? Your body's ability to break down the food. If your thyroid is not in a proper working condition, if you are unable to say no, while you're supposed to say no, but you say yes, if you're compromising yourself, your inability to set your boundaries can make you sick. And it can make you sick to a point whereby it can cause constipation. It can make you sick to a sense whereby it can cause all these other forms of ailments. So it's very important for you to understand how do your chakras work so that you can be able to maneuver this. The sixth chakra, it's your forehead. How you like that? The color purple. It's all about the vision. The sixth Chakra has to do with your pituitary gland. Your pituitary gland is what they call the master gland. The pituitary gland, according to neuroscience, you find it in your third ventricle, in your brain. To neuroscience, you find it in your third ventricle, in your brain, if you still have traumas, if you haven't healed yourself. What's happening is my network off. What's happening is my network off. Jesus. Did you guys get that? But now, how is it now? Ish. You know. It's still not working properly, right? No, banjala muna. Can you? Well, I think I was getting up a phone call because remember I'm using the same device for okay. Your sixth chakra, it's by the forehead. It's regulated by your pituitary gland. You find your pituitary gland in your third ventricle. This is where they call it a cave of Brahman according to Hinduism. This is where your church is. By the way, pituitary gland is also known as Mary, the mother of Jesus. I don't know if you guys are ready, but I'll say it nonetheless. The pituitary gland controls the feminine energy. Esoterically, it's also known as the mother of Jesus, Mary. The seventh chakra, it's at the top of your head. The color is white. It's all about spirituality. It's also called Joseph, the father of Mugaida Braje. By the way, pituitary secretes a goldish chemical called melatonin together with serotonin. Your pineal gland, it's a masculine property. It secretes a whitish element. It sounds familiar, particularly if you've heard about the land of milk and honey. So now the land of milk and honey, it's not that place that is out there which cannot be found anywhere. The land of milk and honey, it's in you. What is happening inside of yourself, it's a universe of its own. That's why we've been urged to know ourself. Know yourself. Know yourself. Know yourself. Know yourself. 98% of the job has to be done on you, by you. If you think this topic of chakras is not important, it's all about the milk and honey, baby. So if you want to see the face of God, like the Bible says in Genesis 5 or Genesis 31, where Jacob was wrestling up with an angel, and after, in the morning, he went to the mountain at the up peak, and he said, I name this peak of the mountain Peniel, for I have seen the face of God. When you want to see the face of God, God is in you. I know some Christians are probably saying, "Ooh, when are you healing?" Everybody that's listening to me, if there's such a thing as the hell, we are all going. But by the way, hell and heaven are nothing but the state of mind. So don't let these fuckers lie to you. Because religion is in a business of guilt tripping you. We don't do that bullshit. The age, we've read, we know. And I'm not saying to you now you should stop going to church, you know. I know my wife as well will kill me when she was to hear me saying this. She's going to be like, ooh, you baby. Yeah. So, now let's talk about the 8th chakra. It's an inch above you, right? The color is black. By the way, the color black means carbon. I have to say this. I have to show you guys this. The color black, it's made up of carbon. Astrophysicists, they've known this thing for the longest amount of time, but they don't want to tell us. The sun is black. The sun is black. This what we see, it's a reflection of the dark spots. The space that surrounds us here by the globe, it's 97% darkness. So now the chakra that is just a little bit above, 1 inch above your head, the color is black. What does it control? Karma. Effect of the past. The more and more you do the work, the more and more you squash your karmic debts. What your grandfather could not do, you do it for them. What your father could not do, like me, my father is late. Some of the things that he could not deal with, I've inherited them. Because when somebody passes on in your life, they come and live inside of you. Because remember, what animates all of us is one. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. What does it mean? It only changes forms. So if my dad was here and he passes on, he comes and lives in my ass. My mom back in the days, 2017, when she passed on, she came and lived in my ass. So now whatever her aspirations, whatever her problems, whatever her traumatic experiences, whatever her pains, I'm going to have to deal with them. Speaking of the black, the color black, in this book here, you can get yourself this book, The Diamond Invention. I don't have a soft copy. It's by Edward J. Epstein. I learned from this book that the diamonds that you say they are a woman's best friend, they are made out of carbon, which is black. You are diamond. But for the diamond to become a diamond, it has to be crushed. It has to be experienced to a whole lot amount of traumatic experiences. It has to do the work. It has to do the shadow work. It has to be crushed. It has to be burned. Sometimes you're probably sitting there and asking yourself, why is it that I'm going through so much troubles? You're going through so much troubles because you are being refined. You are being cooked. You are being done. Stop complaining and whining and do the work. That actually is for me because, hey, my life has been a little bit rocky. That's what I normally say to you guys. Every time when I'm on TikTok, I'm pretty much talking to myself in as much as I'm talking to you guys. The 9th chakra, it's at your arm's length. Dr. Wayne Dyer speaks about this a lot. When you stretch your arm like this, or when you stretch it like this, that's where you're going to be getting up your 9th chakra. The color is gold. By the way, gold as well comes from the carbon. Carbon is melanin. Melanin is triple darkness of space. That thing that makes you who you are. Melanin is not only responsible for the color of your skin, but melanin is responsible for healing you. Melanin is responsible for your intuition. Melanin facilitates your astral traveling. Melanin enables you to awaken. Melanin puts you in engagement with your ancestors. Melanin can be able to help you with transversing these universes. Because this is not the only universe that we do have, by the way. What does it deal with? Soul purpose and unity with others. Your 9th chakra, according to Hinduism mythology, it speaks about your soul contracts. This is what the Hindus say. I mean, I remember when I learned this concept, I nearly fell off my chair. They say, according to Sanskrit, their mythology asserts the following. When your heirs decided to come on this earth, you agreed to it. I somehow agreed that in 2024, 6 o'clock in the evening, which is 7:10, I will be doing the TikTok. I chose the color of my skin. I chose my parents. I chose my financial position. I chose my partner. I chose my problems. I chose everything the same as you. But you cannot be able to get that if you haven't done the work. They also call it the Akashic records. Akashic records. You don't remember doing that? You have not to remember. According to the Greeks, they say that you drank from the river of forgetfulness. They call it the river of Mitote. M-I-T-O-T-E, the river of Mitote. You drank from the river of forgetfulness. Because if you knew, you would cheat. You'll be cheating, you'll be like, I know that I chose that, but now, can I change? Remember, you came here to learn, you didn't come here to be punished. How to tap into the Akashic records? Start from the first chakra, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, black, gold. The thing is, with the chakra work, you have to start crawling before you can run. But I know a lot of us want to get these beautiful stuff, just want to know. I mean, like, who was I before, No, it doesn't work like that. I normally tell people as well, before I can do a little bit of regressive hypnosis, we firstly have to deal with your issues. Because now, if I was to tell you that this is what's going to be happening, which, by the way, hypnosis, it's something that you can do yourself. They call it regression hypnosis. Go to YouTube and check this lady. Let me just write something quickly. Yet again, I'm beyond my time. Go to YouTube and check out this lady. You'll thank yourself later. She speaks about that. She speaks exactly about that. That's what we just spoke about. Does that mean that skin color is just a delusion because I once dreamt I was white? Woo-hoo! Actually, we're on fire tonight. Hey, it's a party here. Which one did I say? Oh, and you didn't get it. Now you get it, right? This is how it works. That's why I say to people, the fact that you're black, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're superior. Yeah, you have an advantage, but it doesn't mean that you're superior. Remember, energy cannot be created or destroyed. Everybody that is on this face of the earth is animated by one energy. During your past lives, you might have been a man, you might have been a woman, you might have been in a different color, but the color predisposes you to a certain amount of advantage or vantage point. That's why I normally say to people, hate, it's a fucking waste of time. Don't be hating white people because they've lynched you before. You just read a letter from William Lynch and you feel like you hate white people. It's a trap. Because remember, hate traps you in your lower chakras. Hate traps you in your lower chakras. Hate, it's acidic. Hate is not alkaline. If you hate somebody, irrespective of their color of their skin, you're making yourself sick. You're not only making yourself sick, you're feeding your ego. Because your ego feeds from that. Ego feeds from worry, it feeds from anger, it feeds from hate, it feeds from self-importance, it feeds from, But the moment when you want to ascend, if you want to ascend, You have to drop those. They call them the soul fetters. Your soul is being held back by the ego. You can only realize your soul from your heart center going upwards. But before you can get to your heart, you have to deal up with your mundane issues, Why do I think I'm being punished? Why do I think I'm not worth it? Why don't I feel worthy? Why do I feel as if like I'm being, So the moment when you answer those questions, which is what we've been doing for the last 2 years, in case you guys did not check it out, what I've been trying to do is helping you guys to reframe the story, rewiring the story, so that once you get to the heart, from the heart onwards, you don't even need my ass. The show is all yours, baby. Do whatever that you want to do with it. But in actual fact, even for your lower chakras, you don't need me. Or the pastor for that matter. Or the guru for that matter. Like that old show that Shomla Dandala used to do back in the days. That's how old I am. All you need is love. Remember that show? Hey, here I go again. 16 past. Alright. 8 chakra. The 9 chakra, it's by the arm's length. It's gold. It's about the soul's purpose. The 10th chakra, it's below the feet. They call it the star sign or the star chakra. When you walking without the shoes, the exercise of walking bare feet, you are actually getting in touch of that chakra. I said something last night and people thought maybe perhaps I was bluffing when I was actually impressing the point that so long as you can try to walk without the shoes. Because the shoes are nothing but the latest and the new invention. The shoes cuts you from the magnetic energy of the earth. You feed from the earth. That's why when you want to do the chakra work, they say to you, spend time in nature, my love. So if you can take your shoes off, the better. If you can't take your shoes off, tonight when you're watching the TV, lie on the floor. If it's uncomfortable, do it again tomorrow. Lie on the floor when you're watching the TV, or if you can help it, don't watch the TV. Or if you can take it to the greatest extreme, tonight, don't sleep on the bed. Sleep on the floor. You'll get messages that you will not imagine you would in your whole lifetime. It's all about the earth tones. The earth is always talking to you. It's all about relationship with the environment. The 11th chakra, it's around the body. The color is pink. It's all about transmutation of negative to positive. On the sponge, yeah. So long as, the trick is, there has to be a certain distance between you and according to Egyptian mythology, the earth is called Ugeb. The earth, according to Greek mythology, they call earth Gaia. So now, this is a living entity that wants to communicate with you, but Spice Girls, Dr. Martini, everybody's always, take the shit off. It's not good for your soul. But I'm not saying for you, you should be going mad and all of a sudden now. You don't have to do it like me. I mean, I was telling the people yesterday that I've went till this far 3 times to the club without the shoes on. 2 clubs, they didn't want to get me in. But what I'm trying to say to you is this journey has to be dictated by you. Nobody should be having the pen on your future. Nombuso, Yanebua, the Spice Girls. Hey, Chapness, thank you very much. Evening. The 11th chakra, it's about the body, it's about pink. The 12th one, it's around entire energy field. What's a color? Doesn't have a color. It's clear. What does it do? It links you to your divinity, your godhood. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I know I said a lot. I actually I haven't even covered whatever that I wanted to speak about. What can I share for you guys before I leave? If anybody has a question, you can ask a question before I can give you guys something. Let me see. Vital life force, I spoke about it. Electromagnetic spectrum, not yet. Subtle energy, I spoke about it. The brain waves, not yet. I think I'll talk about it tomorrow. Still have time before Thursday. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you guys the 2 types of food that you can eat to balance your energies. Right? Your left-hand brain, where you're sitting right there, your left-hand brain, it's your masculine brain. Your left-hand brain, it's your masculine brain. Your right-hand brain, it's your feminine brain. Your left-hand brain, it's all about 5 senses. Your right-hand brain controls your 6th sense. Your left-hand brain, it's a conscious mind. Your right-hand brain, it's your subconscious mind. When you sleep, when you do the astral traveling, you leaving your conscious brain, you go into your subconscious brain. When you do the astral traveling, hear me out. You're not going somewhere there. When you do astral traveling, you're not going out there. You're going inside of yourself. But it's very important when you do the astral traveling or when you're opening up your chakras to understand these 2 faculties. By the way, I spoke about food yesterday. It's very important what kind of type of food do you eat. For me, I'm on my 3rd year now. Every week, Monday until Wednesday, I go through a fast. I don't eat anything from Monday evening until Wednesday evening. The reason is I'm trying to purify my blood so that, because remember, the Kundalini uses the blood as a method of transportation. Your blood is directly affected by the type of food you eat. Before you sleep, particularly if you're interested in astral traveling, don't eat too much. Because if you eat too much or too much wrong food, it clogs the system. As a result, your system cannot be able to even recall the dreams. You cannot be able to do astral traveling, let alone lucid dreaming. Watch out for the food that you're eating. That's what the field transport Uge's word. Yeah! You guys get it, right? I'm just going to read this type of food and I'll be out of here. I'm going to start firstly, I'm reading up from this book. Natural Medicine. I'm going to be starting up with the feminine food. Let me say that you've once had issues with your mom and you still haven't forgiven your mom. You have to start working on the yin food, the feminine food. Remember I said the yin is the right-hand brain, your subconscious mind. What are a type of food that can help you to unblock or open up your right-hand brain? Carrots. Carrots are very good for your subconscious brain. Potatoes, turnips, root vegetables, barley, rice cakes, whole wheat bread, jumbo oats, brown rice, rye flour, whole wheat flour, whole grains, buckwheat, fish, soy sauce. For the people that are into, what's this thing? Sushi. Soy sauce is very good. Beans, any form. What else? Yeah, your lentils, your aduki beans, your red beans, blah. Yeah, eat them. They're going to be very pivotal on Thursday. Eat them. They're going to be very pivotal. I'm going to tell you guys What does it do on Thursday? Now, if you have issues like I used to have, which I'm still dealing with, if your father used to fuck you around, you know. Not necessarily like in a bad way. That's a type of word that I normally use. Fuck you around in a sense of your upbringing was not that properly well balanced on your masculine side. If you're having issues with your father or having issues with your mother, these are type of food that you need to eat. Now, if you had some father issues, according to psychology, they call it father complex. It's a PC term, by the way. This is what you need to eat. Fruits, lime, apple, lychees, grapes, tofu, hazelnuts, peanuts, walnuts, chestnuts, brown rice, seeds, sesame seeds, seaweed, melon seeds. So your watermelon, when you have it, make sure that it has seeds, sunflower seeds, mustard seeds, cabbage. I know it's January. You know what they normally say with January? In January, we eating cabbage like nobody's business. And you have to eat yourself some lettuce. I'm done with my story. If you're new here, follow the brother. Even if I'm done with the live, go check out my videos. For the people that have tuned in, thank you very much for your guys' audience. I trust that you love it. Go hard at it, you know. Preferably eat it raw, you know. If you haven't seen my videos that I've done, please go check them out. Like them, download them. You can share them as well. You can do whatever that you want to do with them. If you want to book up your session, if you want me to help you with your energy work, DM me. And let's talk about it. I told you guys, you know. So do that, please. Thank you very much, Preston. I use MTN, by the way. You don't necessarily have to break up your bank. You know, you can send it to my number. The reason why I don't give a fuck about the ego, about the significance, about this and that, we have to become like children again so that we can inherit the kingdom of God. Your Highness has to go by the side. You can book up your session. My wife is busy finalizing up the poster for the retreat that we're having in March. So be on the lookout for that. I'm slowly coming back into the WhatsApp group right now. Because you probably were thinking, what the fuck is he so quiet? I mean, why is he not doing anything? I had to go and cleanse up. I mean, remember, something happened which was very tumultuous for me last year. My dad transitioned. That is after my mom transitioned back in 2017. So you know me. I'm all by myself. So I have to do the best. But I'm not alone. I might look alone, but I come as many. So now this energy that you're seeing here, it's all thanks to them and all the people that have passed on before, you know. So book up your session. The data, like I said, if you feel like you want to be doing something else way too different from what we did here, you want us to talk about a certain topics, DM me. Until we meet tomorrow, 6 o'clock in the evening. I love you guys. All the best. It's always nice to spend time with you. I see your guys' comments. If kisa khona udibala, don't take it to heart. Elelona, bentse le go le tlo nsendela data, ke le shebile.